Hello, friends and family of Hog Wild Records. It is Thursday. We're back here to talk about our noon lunchtime record. And, in keeping with what we've been doing this week, which is playing one song, we're going to do that. And then we'll play one song tomorrow. And then Monday we'll resume with full length LPs. The song that we're picking for today for our noon communal listening experience is from this album from 1989. This is Skinny Puppy's Rabies LP. And there's a song on there called Tin Omen, which was actually has guitar work and was production work from Al Jurgensen from Ministry. So Tin Omen refers to, and I don't want to do a boring history lesson here because I'm not that big of a history student, and a lot of what I know is just what I've read. So, but Tin Omen refers to the Tiananmen Square massacre in China in 1989. So this song was written almost immediately after these protests in China. Protests in China started in April by mostly students who were upset with the lack of reform within the Communist Party, wanted more liberalization within the Communist Party. And so they organized hunger strikes and protests, and the government tried to squash them at every turn, and they just grew and grew and grew until hundreds of thousands of people all over China began protesting. And it culminated in Tiananmen Square, which is a city center in Beijing, in June. And as a matter of fact, June 4th today is the anniversary of the largest protest and what is called the Tiananmen Square Massacre. June 5th, the next day, was when this picture was taken. Most people have seen this photograph. The man in front of the tank, stopping the tanks from marching forward. Tanks had already killed numerous protesters and numerous student protesters in China. No one knows, they call him Tank Man, and no one knows the identity of him or whatever happened to him for sure. Apparently after this photo was taken, he was whisked away. Nobody knows whatever became of him. He is referred to Tank Man, and a lot of these images, in fact, most of the photographs had to be smuggled out of China by Western journalists. And they're still heavily censored in China today. If you ask students in China today who Tank Man was, most of them apparently don't know. So Tiananmen Square became Tin Omen in the hands of Skinny Puppy, who wrote that song in tribute to those protesters. It also mentions Kent State, which was in the United States in Ohio. The Kent State Massacre in 1970, where National Guard troops opened fire with live ammunition on students, killing 4 of them. Interestingly, Chrissie Hynde from The Pretenders and Gerald Cassell from Devo were both students at Kent State at the time and were there when the shooting started. Gerald Cassell apparently was friends with 2 of the deceased students. So Tin Omen refers to, again, the Tiananmen Square massacre of the student protesters, and also refers to the massacre of the student protesters at Kent State. Refers to the government sending in military troops to quell protesters. So that will be our noon lunchtime record today. I will put a Spotify link to the song playlist in our bio, and then we will have another song for tomorrow, and we'll resume full-length LPs on Monday. Please stay safe and peaceful, and we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.